Jessica's been dealing with the pain and annoyance of bunions for almost all of her life, has finally found the solution that she was looking for.
I really started noticing a lot of pain around 26 years old. I noticed that my toes were curving outward, and I noticed these little nodules forming. Right now, both of my big toes have bunions on them, and they are pushing outwards and pushing my other toes outwards. So it's becoming difficult to even walk. And I'm only 34. I'm in pain all the time. The left side is worse right now. Sharp pains mixed with throbbing pain. Eventually, by the end of the day, my toes are numb. I'm also a personal chef, so when I'm on my feet all day, that really exasperates the pain. The only thing that really helps is to submerge my feet in ice cold water. But I haven't found anything that's actually completely alleviated the pain. I absolutely avoid situations where I have to be barefoot. I don't ever take my socks off in front of a man, or it'll scare him away. I'm embarrassed for anyone to see my feet at this point because they're so deformed. I've seen scars from bunion surgeries, and they are ugly and big.
As you can see, there's a big shift from the first toe compared to the second toe. Once the bunion starts getting bigger and the toe starts deviating, it starts pushing the second toe up. So that's why we're gonna operate and realign the toe and make it straight.
Will there be a huge scar?
Traditional bunion surgery has always been an incision that goes from here past the joint and stops right here. The way I do my procedures, you literally have a 5mm incision. Very little swelling, and very little pain, and very little scarring. Well, you're gonna actually be walking tomorrow.
Wow.
Okay.
That's great.
We're gonna use a live x-ray. So every cut in the bone that I make, and I can see it on this TV. So small incision. So that's right about the area I'm gonna cut the bones. As you can see, the bone is cut. I'm just moving the segment over, and this is all done through the same hole. And now all we have to do is fixate it in this position, and after months the bone remodels and it will be as straight as it was before she developed the bunion. And as you can see, she's all corrected. Very good.
See, all that chiseling and sawing was worth it. Welcome, Dr. K and Jessica. And Jessica, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. No pain, hardly any swelling. I was on my feet day 2, hardly
Wow.
any pain pills. It was great.
And Dr. K, big difference in the amount of work you actually did on that bone, and that's the difference in terms of quicker recovery, less swelling, and the pain factor.
Correct. I mean, traditionally, most bunion surgeries, even as we speak, 95% of them are done through the traditional way, which is about 5 to 7 centimeter incision. I'm going to show you an animation. So this is traditional bunion surgery, a big incision, opening the skin, opening the tissues, cutting the bump off, cutting the bone right underneath it, and moving the segment over into a more corrected position. And then usually fixating it with a screw or a pin, and then cutting the extra segment, closing everything back up, the skin and the tissue. And as you can see, when you have long incisions, you get restriction in range of motion, you get a lot of swelling, and with a lot of swelling, you get a lot of pain. And patients usually have to be off their feet 4 to 6 weeks, which is something that she wasn't looking forward to. And I'm going to show you how I do my surgeries, and this is something that I've been doing for the past year. The new way of doing bunion surgery, minimal incision, about 5mm incision, and I cut the bone with a osteotome, which is a chisel, and I cut the bone right across, moving the segment over and inserting that pin, which is going to hold it for about 4 to 6 weeks. We pull the pin in 4 weeks, and the bone heals, and the incision is about 5mm, and because of that, you don't get that much swelling, you don't get restriction in range of motion, and usually patients start walking in about day 2, day 3, as Jessica was. So this is an old technique of before and after surgery. As you can see, the incision is big, a thick scar, and this is a picture that was taken a year after surgery. So the patient's still suffering from thick scar, and also, as you can see, it's very painful, and the swelling is still present. And the new way of doing it, my technique, I'm going to show you the before picture of Jessica here. So this is her before x-ray and after x-ray. So as you can see, I still cut the bone, I move it over, and we only fixing it with one pin. This picture was taken about 3 days ago, and the pin was removed. So as you can see, the first toe is in a good alignment compared to previous, before the surgery. And as we're going to go and show you also the before picture of Jessica's foot, and we're going to go ahead and show you today's picture, and as you can see, it has been corrected. And I'm going to point out how much scarring she has. This is a little bit of scarring, about 5 millimeter scarring.
Wow, Jessica, we're so happy you're doing well. Dr. K, thank you so much for sharing with us.